Hey everyone, welcome back to LMX. Today we're diving into a diplomatic drama that's got the world buzzing. South Africa's ambassador to the United States has been expelled, and it's not just a polite please leave. It's a rare, bold move that's lighting a fire under US-South Africa relations. But what's really going on here? Is the United States pushing South Africa to the edge to hit them with sanctions? Is this a punishment for South Africa dragging Israel to the International Court of Justice? Or is it because they're cozying up with BRICS plus nations? And the million-dollar question, can South Africa survive this mess? Stick around because we're breaking it all down in the next 10 minutes. Let's go. First, let's get the facts straight. South Africa's ambassador, Ibrahim Rasool, was recently kicked out of the United States by Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Rubio didn't mince words. He called Rasool a Rase-baiting politician who hates President Donald Trump. Expelling an ambassador is a huge deal. It's like a diplomatic nuclear option. It rarely happens, especially between countries like the United States and South Africa, which have had a decent relationship despite some bumps. So what sparked this? Rasool didn't hold back during a seminar hosted by the Mapungubwe Institute. He accused the Trump administration of stirring up a supremacist instinct and playing on white victimhood. Ouch, those are fighting words, and the United States didn't take kindly to them. They showed him the door faster than you can say diplomatic immunity. But here's the thing, is this just about one guy's spicy comments, or is there a bigger storm brewing? Dramatic pause. Let's zoom out. US-South Africa relations have been sliding downhill for a while. The Trump administration has already slashed financial aid to South Africa, and now this ambassador expulsion? It's not a coincidence. There are some serious issues driving this rift. One big sticking point is South Africa's land policy. The US says South Africa's new laws let the government take land from white farmers without paying them, calling it discriminatory. South Africa fires back, saying it's about fixing apartheid's legacy, and no land's been seized without compensation, yet. It's a messy debate, and the US isn't happy. Then there's the Israel factor. South Africa's accused Israel of genocide in Gaza, and hauled them to the International Court of Justice, or ICJ. That's a bold move, and it's put them squarely against the US, Israel's ride-or-die ally. The US has slammed South Africa for this, and it's hard to ignore the timing. Oh, and don't forget BRICS plus. South Africa's part of this group with Brazil, Russia, India, China, and more. The US sees BRICS plus as a rival club, especially with Russia and China in the mix. South Africa hanging out with these countries might be rubbing Washington the wrong way. Now let's tackle your burning questions. Is the US pushing South Africa to the edge to sanction them? All signs point to yes. Kicking out the ambassador and cutting aid are big moves, but there's more. The US might not renew the African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGOA, which lets South Africa export goods to the US duty-free. Losing that could tank their economy. It's like the US is winding up for a knockout punch, waiting to see if South Africa flinches. Is it a punishment for taking Israel to the ICJ? Oh, you bet it is, at least in part. The US has Israel's back, and South Africa's ICJ case is a direct challenge. The timing of this expulsion, right after South Africa doubled down on its genocide accusations, screams retaliation. It's like the US is saying, mess with our ally, and you'll pay. Is it a punishment for being part of BRICS Plus? Maybe, but it's not the main event. BRICS Plus bugs the US because it's a power bloc that doesn't play by their rules. South Africa teaming up with Russia and China isn't winning them any friends in Washington, but it feels more like a side issue compared to the Israel drama. So, what's the real issue? It's a triple threat: South Africa's stance on Israel, its land policy, and its BRICS Plus ties. Mix that with Rasool's comments and you've got a perfect storm of diplomatic tension. Okay, here's the big one. Can South Africa survive this? It's not looking easy. If the US pulls AGOA or slaps on sanctions, South Africa's economy could take a brutal hit. They rely on US trade, lose that, and jobs vanish, prices spike, and things get ugly fast. But hold up, South Africa's got some tricks up its sleeve. They're doubling down on BRICS Plus, which just added heavyweights like Saudi Arabia and Iran. That's new trade partners, new markets. Plus, they're pushing the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA. to boost business across Africa. It's like they're building a lifeboat while the ship's sinking. And let's not forget, South Africa's tough. They beat apartheid and came out swinging as a democracy. They've got grit. Still, this is a high-stakes game. They'll need to balance their bold foreign policy, like standing with Palestine, with keeping their economy afloat. It's a tightrope, and the wind's picking up. So what's the takeaway? This ambassador expulsion isn't just a headline, it's a flare-up in a bigger clash between the US and South Africa. The US is flexing, saying, toe the line, or else. South Africa's testing how far it can push its principles before the consequences bite. For international relations, this is a wake-up call. The West and the global South are drifting apart, and South Africa's betting on new alliances to ride it out. The US might need to rethink its playbook if it wants to keep Africa in its corner. Thanks for watching, LMX fam. If this got you thinking, smash that like button, share it with your crew, and subscribe for more global breakdowns. Drop your take in the comments. Can South Africa survive this? Catch you in the next one. Outro music.